Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available, the Christmas of 2022, the album, the Christmas album. Dad, AF, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell swing and jingle bell ring, or whatever the words are, who cares? How are you guys doing today? Okay, let me tell you. Are you guys ready for a little story? Here's a story of a man named Peter. Okay, so here's the story. Let me put on some lip gloss first. Well, first of all, if you don't know what you don't know is a lot from the title of this video. This is a video talking about the cringe world of Dennis the Noodle. Okay, Dennis, if you can find the noodle through the hairy bush. This is the video doing the updated world of Dennis, because I went in and I saw some things that I was like, oh, a little cringy there. Okay, and I also wanted to discuss whether or not he's still a comedian. You know, Dennis is somebody that is constantly changing his career title. He was a YouTuber, and then he was a commentary channel, and then he was a Minecraft cat, and apparently now he was a comedian for a while, and then he was a comedian roast host, and and then he was a Twitch streamer. I don't really know what he is, okay, anymore. So we're going to talk about that today because I did a deep dive investigation into the life of the Noodle, and we're going to talk about that. But let me tell you a little bit about my world, first of all, okay? You know, I talk a lot about, here I just made some coffee in my Christmas corksicle cup, not sponsored, but I wish it was. And actually the coffee that I made is Barney's Santa's White Christmas, I think is what it's called. But anyway, so let me tell you the story of a man named Peter, okay? So people all the time, I always talk about how I stay up super, super late. Like for me, a nap is like 10 o'clock at night, right? Like I sleep from like 10 to 11:30 or 12. And then I get up and I watch my TV shows like from 12 to like 5 or 6 a.m. And people are like, Peter! Why don't you live a normal life? Like, what is wrong with you? Oh my God, why don't you live a normal life? Well, this is a normal life for me, okay? It's completely works fine for me. And here's the problem, right? So last night, I went to my home group with my good Judy, Tanya, Jean. Every Tuesday, we go to our home group. That's a meeting in recovery that you consistently go to on a regular basis. I've gone to this meeting for over 20 years. And so we had a great time. Way home, we were laughing, stopped at the gas station. I got some treats and snacks and things like that. And then I came home, my husband sat on the couch and he played his game Township, and the dog sat in his bed and I sat right over here and I watched Dragula, okay, because I love that show Dragula so much. And then when I got done, I was like, ooh, I'm so tired, right? Okay, so my husband was going to bed too, and so I thought, well, I'll just go to bed early tonight, okay? I've got all kinds of stuff I have to do today. There are all kinds of things I wanted to do. I had like 6 videos that I wanted to make. I've got all kinds of things I need to do around the house. I got to put up my Christmas tree, my Christmas bedding. I got to finish my Christmas front porch. It's Christmas, Christmas, Christmas over here at the house, Monn. So I've got all of these things to do, right? And so I was like, I'll just go to bed early. So I go to bed early, and lo and behold, guess who wakes up wide-eyed and bushy-tailed at 4 o'clock in the morning? This one right here, okay? So I wake up and I'm like, it's like Michael Myers in Halloween. Like I literally like sit up in bed and I'm like this, okay? I'm like wide awake. There is no going back to bed for me, right? So I get up and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch one show, and I'm in the middle of watching Wednesday, so I was like, I'll just watch an episode of Wednesday. But my good Judy, she had been talking to me about this new show called Crime Scene, the Texas Killing Fields. So I was like, well, maybe I'll watch one episode of that because I love true crime. If y'all don't know, I have a true crime book club that I run with my good Judy Mel. Hey Mel, how are you? We're starting it up again back in January, so if you want to join, the link is underneath here on Facebook, all that. Okay, so I was like, I'll watch one episode of this. Well, I just finished it 10 minutes ago. My husband's alarm went off. He left to go take his car in to get a tire alignment and then go to work. And I finished the Texas Killing Fields. It's by the same people that did the Cecil or the Cecil Hotel in San Francisco. That one, you know what I'm talking about? And apparently they did another one about the Times Square killer. I didn't know that was on Netflix. I'm going to watch that one as well. But I just finished that, and I'm going to do a review of it. And that has been my day. And now I'm like, okay, it is currently 8:54 in the morning, and I'm wide and bushy-tailed and ready for my day. I'm ready for my day. Okay, but this is what's going to happen. At about 12:30 or 1, it's going to be like Fear the Walking Dead in this house, okay? I'm going to be like zombie town. I'm going to be ready for bed for the night, okay? I mean, it's going to be over. And that's why I can't get up early, see? This whole, like, getting up early business is for the birds. I don't like it. But anyway, all right, so today we're going to talk about Dennis, the noodle, the emotional, distraught life of the noodle. I have so many plants now, you guys. Like, let me just tell you, okay? My husband got me, now you know that I bought these 2 new plants, okay? This cactus, I think that's what we call her, a cactus, something like that. Anyway, and then her right here, okay? Darlene, I got Darlene, Becky, and DJ, okay, from Roseanne. But anyway, so I got them for my comedy club because it's better oxygen and stuff. That's something that Dennis doesn't have for his comedy. There's a hair hanging off my hat. I hope it's not from Jaclyn Hill's old lipsticks. But anyway, she don't claim those no more. But anyway, so I have plants, and then I have these 2 huge plants over here. We got all kinds of stuff. This is like a really big comedy club over here, isn't it? Oh my God, it looks so good. Dennis, you can borrow some of my plants anytime you want. I should actually send Dennis a little. Well, he blocked me. He blocked me. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sad about it. But anyway, so I was sitting here and I was thinking about Dennis, and the reason why was because I was going to make this video today. Now, I may do a 2 for well, it's Wednesday, so that won't be till tomorrow. But I may do a 2 for Wednesday and make 2 drama videos today because I have this video that I've been planning on doing for a while. And the video is called, I Have So Many Questions, okay? And it's all these questions that I have about YouTubers, about things that they say or do, but then there's no follow-through whatsoever. Okay. So that was the video that I was going to do today. And one of the questions that I had on there was, does Dennis still have his comedy club? Because he never talks about it anymore, right? I know that he has me blocked on Twitter, but just a little secret for Dennis, like most drama commentary channels, I don't know if you didn't, but we have sock accounts, okay? So we have accounts that can see all your other stuff. But it's okay, don't worry about it, okay? I'm not stealing any of your good material because you don't have any. But anyway, so I went over to Dennis's Twitter because I wanted to see what he had been posting as far as like, you know, when he was like really pushing this comedy club and things like that. I wanted to see if he was like pushing a lot of marketing for this comedy club, the roasting, all of that just kind of ended, right? And so I was like, so what happened? Is he still doing it? And I went back through the month of ding-a-ling-a-ling, shim-a-lang. I went back through the month of November. Hold on, my phone's ringing. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, shim-a-lang, ding-ding-dong, ding. How's the drama phone? This is Peter speaking. Oh, hi, Jane. How are you? What? No. Hold on just a second. Jane, let me put you on hold. I was on the other line as we speak trying to get those. Hold on, Jane. I do have actually a button right here. I don't know if you can see it. But this is an iPhone 12. Do you see I wrote it on here a long time ago? Here, let me push my hold button. Oh, I'm still on hold. Okay. No, Jane, I'm still on hold for those Noodle tickets. No, I wanted Noodle to roast me. I thought that would be so hot. Well, I thought we could go there for the New Year's show. I thought that would be so fun. I thought maybe he could push us into the crowd too. Or maybe he'd pull his shorts down so low that we could see his noodle. Oh my Lord, that'd be so fun. I know. Well, we can only hope. No, I'm going to bring some plastic gloves. I don't want to get that close, you know, crabs. But anyway, all right, Jane. Love you too. So anyway, I don't know. I looked into his Twitter, and I went all the way through the month of November. And let me tell you, the only thing I found that mentions the roasting or the comedy club is this, okay? Hold on a second. Let me pull up my receipts. Whitney. Whatever you want, anything you want. You guys know that Whitney Houston movie, which, yes, I will be going to see. I love Whitney Houston. Do you know that Whitney Houston movie is coming out on Christmas Day? I think that's kind of weird that they're releasing a movie on Christmas Day. Anyway, okay. But I think they have released, like, a lot of movies in the past on Christmas Day. Is that, like, a big day to release movies? I don't know. So, on 11/20, Dennis posted on his Deaf Noodles account, thinking of doing a live streamed comedy show open for anyone to sign up and perform because it did so well in the past. Why not open another one? We can't wait. Oh my God. Okay. So he said, thinking of doing a live streamed comedy show open for anyone to sign up and perform. Performers would get up to 5 minutes. The in-house audience and chat would essentially decide if the person makes it to the end of the 5 minutes and wins or gets eliminated. Okay, so it's like a comedy competition, I guess. Okay, it's like comedy Big Brother or something. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, this will most likely start off as a monthly show. Will most likely include a few guest judges as well. Probably people that you've never heard of before that Dennis will say are the best comedians in Los Angeles that are very offensive with their humor. Still thinking about it. Let's see. No previous stand-up experience would be necessary. And I'm not really sure why you would need any stand-up experience when Dennis doesn't have any stand-up experience of his own. So I don't know why you would need any of your own or anybody else because they're all just a bunch of fools that stand up on stage and tell horrible jokes to each other. But what's interesting to me about this, okay, is that this is the only thing that I can see from the entire month of November where he even mentions anything about the comedy show or the comedy roasts or anything like this. And even on this, like, this is from the 20th. It has 6 comments, 2 retweets, and 28 likes. He has over 100,000, 100,000 followers on Twitter. And just to put this in perspective for you, okay, I just want to put this in perspective for you. Okay, I tweeted out this morning. I got up way too early, an hour ago, okay? Not 10 days ago. And I got 10 comments and 46 likes. I actually retweeted 335 days until Halloween 5 hours ago and got a ton more likes and comments and retweets than that. So I'm so confused as to why Dennis has like literally no pull whatsoever. But I will tell you one thing that was interesting. One of the tweets that I saw him put out there, well, he was talking about the Chrisley family. Oh no, it was a video that he did on his channel. The title of his, which, I mean, the Chrisleys have completely ruined their lives. Did you guys hear about all that? Oh, it's just so sad, isn't it? It's like I was talking to my friend last night, Tanya Jean, and she was like, I said, what are you going to watch when you go home? Because she watches everything in the world. And she goes, I'm going to watch Little People, Big World. And I said, is that show still on? And she said, yes. And I said, my God, I haven't watched that show in so many years. I used to watch that show religiously. I love that show so much when they all lived on that pumpkin farm and stuff like that, you know. And I said, didn't they get divorced or something like that? She goes, oh, the whole show is so tragic and sad at this point. I said, I can't believe you still watch it. She goes, and Sister Wives. I love the Sister Wives. I go, I heard they're all getting divorced and he only loves one of them now. And she goes, well, that's the truth. And I go, well, my cousin Caroline told me that and she doesn't lie. But anyway, what was I saying about all that? Oh, so the Chrisleys. So I used to watch that show, All Things Chrisley, or what was it called? I don't know. Something about growing up Chrisleys or whatever. That show with Todd Chrisley, you know. And I can remember one time I tweeted out something about, like, what was this show called with the Chrisleys? You know, the kids now have their own show because they knew that their parents were going to prison. But, I mean, that has to be the truth of the nature all day long. But I do like that Savannah Chrisley, though. I think she's so sweet. But anyway, what was that show called? According to Chrisley or whatever. I love Faye, the grandma too. She always loved to go to the casino and things like that. But anyway, Chrisley, what was that show called? Why can't I remember it now? But this is kind of when I was done with the show. I tweeted out one time, I said, I love that Chrisley show, except that it's so scripted. And it is. If you've ever seen it, it's the most scripted reality show in the entire world. And he tweeted me back, and he goes, oh, I wish it was. I bet you did now. I bet you did now. Get 19 years. I mean, come on now. Pull it together, the Chrisleys. You know what? It's like that movie Fargo. I love Frances McDormand so much. This video is kind of all over the place, isn't it? Well, I mean, it's a dentist video. You know what to expect. But I love that Frances McDormand so much. Did you ever see her in that movie, The 3 Billboards Over Ebbing? Oh my God, could you not just die? She's so fantastic, isn't she? But anyway, I love Frances McDormand. But in that movie Fargo, at the end of it, when she's got that husband in the back of her cop car, and he like did the hit on his wife just to get a bunch of money for the life insurance policy. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm sorry I ruined it for you, but it's been out for 25 years. But anyway, and she shakes her head and she goes, all these lives ruined just for money. See? That's what greed will get you every single time. Every single time. You should think about that, okay? So anyway, but here it is. Hold on a second. Where's the Noodle? The Noodle did this video, and the video is called, hold on a second. Let me pull it up. He did this video on the Chrisleys, and it's called The Family Imploded Their Life in the Most Spectacular Way. And I thought, well, girl, or this family imploded their life. You ought to just replace that thumbnail with a picture of yourself and say this YouTuber imploded his life in the most spectacular way. Because you did. I mean, you did. That's actually maybe what I should title this video. Do you think I should? This YouTuber imploded his life in the most spectacular way. Emotional. That's what I'm going to title this video. Okay. So I'm looking through all this and I'm thinking, so is he not a comedian anymore? Like, I'm so confused about this, right? And when I talk about like he imploded his life and he destroyed his career, he really did. And I think that the thing to me, hey, listen, I'm not a bullshit artist, okay? That's 25 cents for the cuss jar and it's worth it for this one, right? I'm not a bullshit artist. I don't really care for when people want to act one way that is totally opposite than it is. Okay, let's just be for real. Dennis done screwed the pooch on his career, okay? There is nobody out there. He is posting videos literally at this point every single day. He's got one right now that just went up. It's premiering in like at 9 o'clock. I think it's supposed to go up or something like that. 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, he's back to over this social media commentary, pop culture commentary and all this kind of stuff. He's posting every day, okay? So you're posting every day on YouTube again. You're doing Twitch live streams and all this kind of stuff. You're continuing to post on Twitter on a regular and all this kind of stuff. So you really do care about your YouTube and social media presence career. That's obvious, because if you didn't care about it, you wouldn't post about it. You'd be going off and living the good life, I don't know, doing whatever, hanging out on the beach or something like that's what I'd be doing. I know if I didn't care about it, baby, I'd be on the beach, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like that, drinking a good sparkling water limoncello or something like that. I wouldn't be bothered with all this kind of stuff, okay? That Twitter, like, it stresses me out. I have to tell you, there was a good minute on there when they were talking about how Elon Musk was ruining all this for everybody and Twitter was going to go down and it was going to be gone forever. I was kind of hoping it might. I mean, I'm going to be honest with y'all, you know? Like, I was kind of hoping it might. I just keep up with the Twitter because, well, like, that's what I do, is drama commentary, so I, like, look through there and stuff like that to see what's going on. But, no, I don't find a lot of enjoyment. I find a lot of bitching and complaining about things on there. You know, I only retweet, like, how many days till Halloween and Christmas, and then I post my videos. I do, you know. Hell, I can't even post anything on there and say something like, well, what did we think about, you know, Shane Dawson's new series? People come out there, what do you mean you think about? I mean, I can't even say something simple like that. You know, people get so mean and so mad and so hateful. I can't see. The Twitter's too much for me. You know, it's way too much. The Facebook I can't stand, okay? People always want to check in and post pictures of their grandbabies and all that kind of stuff. It's like, and then my friends get mad. They're like, you didn't like my picture of my grandbaby. And I'm like, well, you posted 200 in the last week. So I liked the other 199 of them, okay? I'm sorry I missed one of them. But you know how it is with the social media. So anyway, he obviously likes his career on social media, but he's the one that screwed it up, right? So to approach it in a really non-bullshitty kind of way would be to come out and say, you guys, I effed up, right? Like, and this would be total career, like he could salvage his career to some degree to come out and say, I mean, I would so appreciate this and respect this from any YouTuber out there, because they are none of them able to do this. It's for him to come out there and say, y'all, I screwed it up, okay? I first said I didn't want to do commentary anymore. And I stopped doing that, and I started morphing into other things, and then I wanted to do this comedy club. It didn't work out for me. It blew up in my face, and now I'm just trying to get back to where I was before. I really screwed up. I want to get back into your good graces. I offended a lot of you. I'm sorry that I did that, and I want to get my career back. You know, I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that honesty from any YouTuber out there. But they can never do that, right? It's always like tongue-in-cheek, be sarcastic about it, whatever. Well, he's the one that's suffering for it. He's the one that cannot be genuine and authentic about it enough. And listen, and this is the thing, I think that any comedy, any true comedy that you look at, when you think about some of the great comedians that we have had in this world, I think comedy always comes from a point of cathartically processing pain and trauma in your life. Like, I really do believe that, right? And you look at a lot of our really, really great comedians that we have had, okay? Whether you want to talk about Carol Burnett or, you know, Robin Williams, or just, you know, some of these great comedians that we have out there, and you look at them and you think, well, was their comedic process a way of them, you know, a connectivity? You know, you look at some of the work that they've done, even from a comedic point of view, right? And it was really like touching our hearts, of like getting in there, right? And like really touching who we are deep down inside. When you are a comedian that just tells cheap jokes, that doesn't have the ability to get on any kind of human level, then what it is you are stuck developmentally at 10 or 12 years old, and you don't really ever grow up. It doesn't make you a comedian. What it means is that you're cringe, okay? And that's what Dennis is to me. And so when I was looking through his Twitter, what was interesting to me is that he continues to be cringe. The jokes are cringe. And what I thought was really interesting, especially on the heels of, you know, Dennis was found to have told major publications previously that he was like in his late 20s, and that he said that the reason that he did, and to find out that he was 37 at the time, and the reason that he did this was so that he could get cast in all these shows in Hollywood, apparently. I didn't know that he was auditioning for CW shows, but apparently thought he was going to be on Euphoria or something like that. I don't know. I didn't realize they were looking for a noodle on any of these shows, but maybe they were. I don't know, okay? So anyway, so what was so cringe though about it was that there are a lot of like really sexual jokes on his Twitter that to me are like jokes that like, I don't know, they like fall, they don't land, okay? Like they are really, I don't know, like know your comedic value a little bit, you know? I mean, I know that he called me corny. I know I'm corny, okay? I know that my comedic value is popping fans and telling corny. I know I'm corny. I know that's where, if I have any comedic value whatsoever, and I've never claimed that I could do a half an hour of stand-up. I would love to try it, you know? I would love to try it, but I'd be so scared to death with my social anxiety and standing up in front of a room of people and whatever. I don't know that I could do it. But, you know, know where your funny is. His funny is not on telling these cringe sexual jokes, and he keeps on going back to them. In fact, he posted this picture of himself, and he said something like, "Tell your mom I said hi," and it was like a shirtless picture of himself. Girl, nobody cares about that, okay? Read the room. Nobody cares about these thirst trap pictures that you keep on posting. But I took a screenshots of a couple of his most cringy jokes, because I thought, well, let's share it. So one of them was this picture of, it was like, I don't know, this drawing of this body. It's like an out-of-body experience. And it says, "She doesn't give good head. She sucks my soul out of my body." I mean, and those are the kind of jokes I'm talking about that are always like sexual innuendos. And then he's got this picture, and it's this guy, and I'm not posting them because they're other people's art. It's this girl, and she's like cuddling with this guy in bed. And he says, "When she has an armpit sniffing fetish." That's so funny, isn't it? And then he's got this picture, and it's of a woman, And she's bent over. It's a sexual picture. And it's a man kind of like, it looks like he's like choking her from behind her, holding her around the neck. And you can't see the picture of the man behind her, but they're obviously engaged in intercourse. And I'm going to be very appropriate for this video. And he says, the only acceptable first-person shooter duo game. And then the last one, or the second to last one is, he has a picture of, like, he only shows half of it, but it's like a cartoon drawing of, like, a woman pulling up her shirt. And it says, how to make a person happy. And then the last one is this guy, like, dancing around, and it says, Drake laughing at DJs. And then he posts it and says, this is what not eating pusao does to an MFer. And I'm like, okay, that is such a 12-year-old joke. Like, seriously, like, it's so cringe at this point. And this is further evidence of probably why he is not posting these comedy shows that he's doing. I don't know. It's just, you know, I've done enough of these Deaf Noodles videos now that I kind of almost feel like I'm an expert when it comes to talking about Deaf Noodles a little bit, or the noodle, or whatever you want to talk about. But here's my thing. You know, I think there comes a moment in all of our lives, or with our careers, or with whatever we're doing, right? That, I mean, and you have to remember, there was a time when Noodle took... Don't you love that I call him Noodle, just like Steve? When Noodle took his career very seriously, you know, and was doing sponsorships and things like that. I mean, he took it very seriously. Even talked about sponsorships just not too long ago. There was a point when he was taking it very seriously, right? So I think there comes a point in all of our lives, or our careers, or whatever, when you have that moment of clarity, when you're like, okay, I've taken this as far as I can, and maybe it's time, before I do really irreparable damage, that I clean up the mess, and I do whatever I should do. Do you know what somebody said to me on the on my comment section the other day? They said, is this a drama channel, or is this a self-help channel? I thought, well, baby, you get both over here, okay? You get both over here. You get self-help, and you get the drama. So don't even worry about it. I'm my own person. But anyway, I'm the self-help drama channel of the world. No, I mean, this is the way I've had to look at things. You know, I've had to look at things in my own life and be like, okay, it's time to sit down and be like, is this really the direction that you want your life to go in? My husband and I were just having this conversation about a friend of ours last night. And it's like, you know, at any point in their life, like, they can say, enough. Like, I'm stopping this. I'm going to repair things that have happened to this point, and I'm going to have the best life going forward. Dennis could do that. He really, really could. He has an audience of people waiting for him to clean this mess up, you know? But it's arrogance, ego, and pride that stops him from doing that, you know? I will say this, that there was a moment... I don't appreciate a lot of his jokes. I think his jokes are cringe. I think the joke, like the shotgun joke, was really inappropriate and hurtful. There was a time that I really appreciated and enjoyed Dennis's content, you know, and for that, I think I kind of wish that Dennis, and this is just me being 100% human and honest, that I really wish Dennis would pull it together and kind of repair all this. He can still do all this kind of stuff that he wants to do, you know. I don't know. You think you're funny? Show us how funny you are. Show us the best comedian you got. This ain't funny. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.